Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Me, Nipashi Aleni, so I'm not going to call names. Let me just greet everybody together. Good evening, guys. Thank you, Ekrole. Good evening. I greet you all. Muki, everybody. I greet you corporately, jointly. Moni Ekrole, Ekabo Sori to Real Talk with Auntie Aduni. Good evening. I want to welcome you to Real Talk with Auntie Aduni. I'm saying hello to every one of you as you join me. I say thank you and welcome. Thank you, everyone. Rotimi, my brother, Ekshesa. Money me need Daruko. I said I will not mention name. I don't mention name. Tibara won't tell me my mention name. So, Emma Binu. Call me, oh, you never called me before. No rest for the weekend. That's not a name. Go and get a real name and come back. And then I'll call you. Temi Sopo Adedeji. Mama mention. And you come with me, Limash mention. Here one day I see you. Here today I see you. Ola Shade Folarin, I want to comment is sorry. You are welcome. Show Bobu Lodo Yiba. How are you guys doing? Kenny Oguns, I see you. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí kí mi síwájú mo kí yín mo ní ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yín Real Talk with Aunty Aduni. Kí ló ń bọ́bù ṣó ń bọ́bù lọ́dọ̀ yín? How is it going? I hope it's going great at your hand. Oya shake it, shake it, shake it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Abimbola Koka, thank you very much. Emma, ṣé gbogbo ilé admire aṣọ? I don't like it. Mo ti ní láti almost a year plus àbí 2 years tí mi ò wọ̀. I just say let me try it this afternoon. I say I don't really like it. I wore it one day. I said I don't like this clothes, Gary. But something I was doing my wardrobe yesterday. Then I saw it. I said, this dress is still there. Let me try it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Welcome. Ekabo, Ekabo, Ekabo. You're welcome. Oluyemisi Oshinowo from London. Thanks for joining me. Good afternoon and welcome. Olushola Azan, thank you very much. You're welcome. Ronke Alo Adebeshin, I welcome you. Mi ò ní pè ẹ̀yin favorite lẹ́yìn mo máa jẹ́ kẹ́ jowú. I will not call you regulars. I will let you be jealous today. Unique Pearl, how are you? You're welcome. I will not call the regulars. I want to make you jealous. Fagbola Olusegun, you're welcome. Thanks for joining me. Reverend Ojo Abiodun Mokinyi Ekabo, thank you very much. Dara Nijo, I will not call you. I will not call the regulars. I'm calling the... I see you, but I will not call you. Good evening, everyone. Tembra Jacobs. Oluwatosin Adetutu, good evening. Ekabo, Ekabo. Once it's 5 minutes, we're going to start. Emma Jowu, I will not call your name. Geronimo, how are you? You said, Madam, don't dey gate. I don't dey gate again. Incurable optimist, how are you? I will not call regular name. Raymond, you are regular. You want me to... Hey, why did I mention your name? You use it or you use scope on me, Abi. Olarike Aziz, how are you, Jerry? Ola Ifamatiu, good afternoon. I will not call the regulars. I want to make them jealous. I'll make you to be jealous today. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, guys. Thanks for joining me. How are you doing? All right, let us start. So, good afternoon, guys. I welcome you to your regular show, Real Talk with Auntie Aduni. And I'm your host as usual, Auntie Aduni. I remain Auntie Aduni. That is my name, my special name. That is my name. Call me my name, Auntie Aduni. So I want to say thank you for joining me. You're welcome. And I saw this interview by Wunmi Aloba, that is the wife of Mohbad. So I was seeing just the few clips. So I'm going to play short clips that were posted. Please, I want to ask for one thing. And I mean it. I want to ask for one thing. Please be very respectful. Don't curse her on my platform. Please, I repeat, do not curse her. Do not curse anybody on this particular show. Because many of you saw that I stopped talking about it, and I stopped for a reason. I stopped because I begin to see that àwọn people you serious. Àwọn tó lọ́mọ gan, they are not as interested as some of us outside. It seems the thing pain us more than them. So that was one of the reasons I stopped talking about it. But I saw this interview and I said, this interview, let us listen to this interview together. And after listening to the interview, thank you, Adebumi Ojo. I'm going to leave a phone number for you to call in and give your opinion on that interview. We analyze the interview a little bit. I'm not going to talk much on the interview. Let's go. Let me use the one with speaker. Yeah, before we start, let me just do a recap. We all know what happened. Mohbad was one of the what is the name of that their song? What do they call that their song they sing? The hip hop artist in Nigeria. Thank you, Ade. He was an hip hop artist that we saw. Many of us got to know when he died, and the circumstances surrounding his spying became a thing of concern, especially to parents. We started asking questions, what is going on? He was buried. Immediately, he died, and we were wondering why they had to rush to bury him. We were blaming the father. We were wondering why the father had to do the burial so hurriedly. Please help me to love and like on YouTube. Please, everyone on YouTube, please kindly help in pressing the like button on YouTube. So we were wondering why the father had to bury the boy in a hurry, a 27-year-old boy. And later, the father came out and said he had to bury him because they didn't get police reports to put him in the mortuary, that the boy was in the bus. They kept him in the bus till they were able to get a place. They were able to get a place to bury him. Later, some news came out. The father granted some interview and said the boy was embalmed before he got there. There has been so many bashing from blogger to blogger. It became messy. And even we don't even know who is fighting for who. At a point, we thought it was justice for Mohbad, but it got to a point it was justice for Baba Mohbad, justice for Iyawo Mohbad, justice for Mohbad's son, justice for Mohbad's mother. And at that point, somebody like me said, something is not right anymore. The bloggers have been fighting each other on this case. And the governments, at a point we found out, lied to the public. The government told us they did an autopsy in a particular lab here in America, in Pennsylvania or something. The lab came out to say there was nothing like that done in their facility. So that puts a stain, a question of what is really going on. Why is the government, some of us were asking questions why the government was being lackadaisical about the case, and why they had to tell so much lies, why so much covering up, and all that. Somebody like me, and I still stand on what I said because it is something I have passed through. When something like that happens, the first person they want to question are the people that are close by, people that are present when the incident is happening. They are the first suspects they will call on. I remember, in fact, I still discussed this thing with somebody of recent, that when it happened to me, I was asked to write statements 3 times to make sure my statement tallied. And also, autopsy was done to ascertain and, know what the cause of death is, which is a natural thing that anybody should do in a normal society. Here in America, somebody died, they will not just bury the person, no matter the circumstances. Even if you die in a hospital, they will still do autopsy. If you die at home, they will do autopsy. If you die during accident, they will do autopsy. It is normal process in a normal society, in a sane society where things work right. So when it happened, we found out that the people that were arrested, that they were pointing at, were not people that were present at the scene. So some of us began to question what was going on, and a lot of things was coming out, and we couldn't ascertain which one was true, which one was lie. So many, this one will come out with this narration, that one will come out with this narration, another person will come out with a different narration, and somebody like me was like, I beg, I give up. I don't want to be enmeshed in all. Since the government is not doing the right thing, they are not doing it the right way, then who are we to be opening and be shouting and be asking questions? Number one, it's not my family. Number two, the people involved, they are not really doing it the way it's supposed to be done. Even about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I saw a video that Yomi Fabiyi was granting interview for the mother, and the way the mother behaved was somehow, I was like, hey, shall we lay them why justice sha? Me, I just waka pass say na una sabi. But this interview is so interesting, and I said, no, let's talk about this interview. So I'm going to put on my speaker, and I want us to start listening to the interview. Where I need to talk, I will pause and I will say 1 or 2 things. Then we continue.
One thing I will tell him is that even if the whole world do not believe what I've been saying,
I'm sorry.
It's a 30 minutes.
I've not even won the death of my husband. It still feels like my husband is still alive because he's in Yaba morgue. He has not been buried, and he's been pieces twice. They literally did 2 autopsy. The government autopsy and the private autopsy my father-in-law did. I made it known that I have been ready for the DNA. They said once the DNA is done, I shouldn't tell the public the result of the DNA. He has called me a promiscuous woman.
Mm-hmm. I thought they said the DNA has been done at a point. She said if they call her for interview, she's ready. I thought they said the DNA has been done.
He has called me a cheating wife. So he was even the one that initiated that marriage.
Right. And he was present, of course, during the marriage.
He was the happiest. He has tried to take my right away from me as a woman. I could not even sleep. Like, I had to stop breastfeeding my baby. My father-in-law wanted to be in control
of
my husband's properties.
If your son Naira Marley today, what will you tell him?
One thing I will tell him is that even if the whole world do not believe what I've been saying, you know deep down that you maltreated my husband. It has really gotten to a point that it's either I speak up or I die in silence.
I'm trying to orient me if I could want to show you.
Without going into all of the things that have happened.
Yeah.
How are you?
You just asked a very huge question.
Yeah.
I would say I'm fine because, you know, my sadness is not going to change anything. So, regardless of whatever I feel,
Yeah.
at least I'm still here, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say I'm fine.
So in this answer now, you talked about sadness.
Yeah,
And again, there's a lot that has happened.
yeah, a lot.
First, obviously, I know that the loss of your husband has been the biggest of all of this.
Yeah.
What is the saddest thing for you in all the things that have happened after? For a grieving widow who has less than
5-month-old baby.
yes, at the time of the passing.
Yeah.
What has been the saddest thing that has happened since this?
I feel like the saddest thing I've experienced so far is the fact that the person that's supposed to be in God for my late husband, this person that's supposed to be my son and highest protector, is our chief prosecutor.
Right.
And he's been
That's the father-in-law.
everywhere trying to, recruit people to turn against my son and I,
Yeah.
both online and offline. Like he's been from one threat to another.
This is Mohbad's father you're talking
Yeah,
about.
my father-in-law,
Your
yeah.
father-in-law.
Yeah, so it's been from one threat to another. We no longer feel safe. Like, I literally get death threat almost every day in my DMs. I barely go out. My baby, his grandchild also,
Death threat.
he's been deprived of so many childhood memories, but there's nothing for me to do than just to see how things goes.
What's the problem with your father-in-law exactly?
Yeah, I
Between
feel-
you and him?
Yeah, so I feel like the problem is just about family disputes.
Okay. What do you
Yeah, the problem is more like a competition
Okay.
between him and Liam.
mean? Between your father-in-law and your
What
son?
is
Yes,
really the
a
purpose of
competition.
this
It sounds
interview?
funny, but that's the actual truth.
Could you explain that?
Yeah, because after the death of my husband,
Yeah.
a lot happened, and my father-in-law wanted to be in control
Off.
my husband's properties.
Right.
The fact that there is
Property
Liam in the
again.
picture, because there was one time I actually called him to ask him, like, what happened? What do we do to deserve all of this? Like, why have you been out there defaming your grandchild and me? And he was like,
I thought, as a grieving widow, when the interviewer was asking her, what is the saddest of all these things? I was expecting her to say the saddest is that my husband has not been able to get justice. Because I think everything is all about the justice for Mohbad. And which is why some of us are questioning the way she carried on. I thought that's supposed to be the saddest thing of this thing is that my husband is still there in the morgue. He has not been buried. And also, we have not gotten justice to know what pied him. I don't know if I'm making sense.
why do I have to take Liam away from him? Why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place on the island? That means that is my husband rented apartment.
Right.
That was not supposed to bring him over to meet him in Ikorodu because himself and my mother-in-law, they are not in good terms.
Right. Right.
He was just trying to manipulate me.
Yes.
So,
yes. So your father-in-law and your mother-in-law are not on good terms.
yeah.
Right. So he was not asking, why did you take the
Yes,
son to the
yeah, after my husband's demise.
Yes, right.
So I explained to him, I made him understand that my mother-in-law has been the only one asking of Liam. He never did. Instead, he was always online defaming us, and then I apologized to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologized. I told you I was sorry that I would bring him over to him.
When was this?
That was I think 3 weeks after my husband's demise. Then it was like I started going online talking about the DNA
Yes.
and
So he had already started talking about the DNA.
DNA. Yes, that was when I called him.
Right. That's
Why
when
is
you
this
now
DNA
called
thing
him.
Yes.
big?
So he made me understand that why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place? Like, is he not the owner of his grandchild? Like, trying to make me feel like a bad person. But I understand where he was heading to. So I just had to apologize to him to make things, to make things calm. And I asked him again, like, what happened? Why are you doing this to me?
Right.
Then he responded by saying, he's sure that a lot of people would have called me to tell me what he wants. And truly, a lot of people called me. My dad, my mother-in-law, my husband's friend, and a few people we have around literally called me to tell me what he wants. And he told my father whatever that belongs to my husband, I know that I have access to, I should make sure that I hand over everything to him, including the landed property God for Liam. So I told him the same thing that he has been telling people, like, this is what these people are telling me. And I made him understand that, Daddy, you have, like, my husband got you 2 lands before his demise, one in Ekiti and one in Ikorodu. Like, why do you want to take the one that belongs to Liam?
Right.
Then he was like, I shouldn't question him, that is what he wants. Then I said, okay. Then he was like, what effort? He said it in Yoruba. I don't know if you understand Yoruba.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he said, irú àyàwó lawyer promise tí mo pè pé kó gbé nǹkan mú kó fún mi ní nǹkan mọ́ mi tó bá mi sọ wípé ó bímọ ṣé ọmọ mi náà fẹ́ máa lálẹ́ fún mi ni. Like, I don't know if I can.
As the head of the family, she said the father was asking the lawyer. I think at the point, immediately the way things are going, the father has the right to ask. I don't know, we are not sure of what the man really asked. Maybe the man was asking, can I know what Mohbad really has? And maybe the lawyer now said, whatever he has is for Liam. What is the purpose of this interview? I will listen to it from the beginning to the end. Maybe I'm not getting it. So let us finish listening to it. Then you people should please call in. Maybe I'm the one that didn't get it. That what is the interview for? Because I was expecting about justice for Mohbad, you know, that it's going to be about justice for Mohbad, an avenue to speak her pain. That my husband is still lying there. The guy has not been buried. I need to move on with my life. Because as long as that guy is still in the morgue, there is no closure for her. She needs that closure, you know. So I was expecting for her to talk about the burial, about the guy in the morgue and the justice.
Yes, in English. So he actually said, like, what effort does my lawyer?
Does your lawyer have?
My husband's lawyer has.
Right.
He requested for his son's properties, and he was telling him that he has a son. So like, who is his grandchild to start asking him to start dictating what he wants?
That's why you talk about the competition between
exactly.
him and the grandchild.
Yeah.
So he said to his son's lawyer, who is the grandchild,
challenge him exactly
on Mohbad's
my husband's property.
He has a right to.
But like, this is one thing that most people do not know, and you know, I was not even given the chance to talk. So I was not given the chance to say my own side of the story. So, you know, so as much as I feel like, some things need to be addressed, I still had the mindset that I don't know how people would react if I should talk, because without hearing anything from me, they've crucified me, they've said a lot of things about me.
Yeah.
So, you know, that alone has, you know, made me, like, my low self-esteem to be very, very low, because, you know, I no longer have the audacity to at least speak on things that really matters.
Yeah. Why
So I think
about this property?
That is one thing that has been causing the whole issue. The fact that Liam is in the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is his grandchild.
It sounds strange to me also. You know, it doesn't sound weird to say it, but you know, I'm left with no choice. I just have to say it as it is.
Yeah.
Because it has really gotten to a point that it's either I speak up or I die in silence. Yeah, so I feel like me speaking up will be the right thing for me at this point.
The biggest thing that I think, based on what I've read, your father-in-law has, I think there are 2 things that I have heard. I don't know if they are from him. One is that he has questioned whether yourself and your husband were married. Yeah. And 2, he has questioned whether your husband is the father
of my child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of the child.
On the first one, you know, I know that as far back as 2003, if I remember correctly, a popular actress had gone online and confirmed that you guys were married.
2023.
Yeah.
What is the exact status of that marriage thing? Because I think that's the first thing they all.
There's something you should know. They are keeping this away from you.
I'm sorry, adverts.
Spoke about, it was a traditional marriage, like,
right.
Yeah.
Which is recognized under the law.
Of course it is.
Right. So it wasn't an introduction.
No, it wasn't. The funniest thing is that he was even the one that made that possible. I mean, my father-in-law.
The household.
That is the funniest thing, because left to me and my husband, we just wanted to live our life. Because we were young couples. Like I was 23 when I got pregnant.
Right.
And so he was the one coming to us because that man is actually my friend. Like we were literally close.
Yes, I've seen some text messages.
We were very close. Like he's like a father to me. You know, that is one thing that the media did not get to know. He's like he was my friend in that marriage. So he was even the one that came to me to tell me that I'm like, now that I'm pregnant, that we need to get things done. That if I was to be his daughter, he would never allow me to train my child in my husband's house because he was not married, because he's not married to me. That I should go to my parents' house. I should get a list and send it to him.
So your father-in-law is the one that even encouraged you guys to
That
get
is
married.
the funniest thing. Left to me, I won't get married because I knew my husband loved me and he knows I love him too. So we just want to live our life.
Right.
So he was even the one that initiated that marriage.
Right. And he was present, of course, during the
He
marriage.
was the happiest. He called me early morning on my introduction, on my marriage, on my engagement day, I think around 6 a.m. He called me to pray for me. Like, it was the happiest that day. He was the happiest.
And now he's saying that marriage did not happen.
Yeah, because my husband is not here to defend me. It's so sad, Mr. Chud. It's really sad. Well, that's the core reality I now have to face. It's really sad, honestly.
Okay. Then the one that, sorry.
Should you go obey the right question now?
I'm very sorry.
Who arranged the interview?
Yeah, I'm fine now. Thank you.
Okay.
Should is not even asking the right question.
Then he questioned the paternity of the child.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you hear that your father-in-law was questioning the paternity of your child?
I got to know online.
So he came online and did a video.
He never called me. He never called any of the
Why is
family
that
members
DNA thing?
to ask for the DNA of Liam.
Why is that
She just
DNA
came
thing
online
a
and
big
said,
deal?
Nobody is not the father of the
I
child.
swear to God.
Going to
Did you call him after that?
Of course I did.
And then what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He was just saying, why do you have to take Liam away from him? Like, he didn't, like, I was expecting him to talk about the pattern. Like, ask me for the DNA. I'm your daughter-in-law. He never did. Even when I called him, what he was telling me was, why do I have to take Liam away from him?
So it's like he's punishing you for
Yeah.
taking... Is there nobody in the family that can call him?
To order.
Yes.
He's the head of the family. I think he should be in his late 50s. Right. So he's the head. So I don't think there should be anybody somewhere that would, because he knows what to do. He knows the right thing. But, he's just using the DNA as a tool to punish me. To punish my son and I. Yeah.
When's the first time he asked for a DNA test in public?
So when the DNA narrative came out, at first I didn't take it serious because I was like, who is this guy asking for the DNA of my child? Like, who is in the grand scheme of things? Like, this guy's...
I expect Chud to ask a question when she said the man loved her. They were best of friends. I was expecting Chud to ask, then at what point did everything turn around and you became fighter? You are fighting each other. When she said we were best of friends, the man loved me. The man was even the one that pushed us to marry and said, go and get your list. She said at a point, they are comfortable the way they are. But the man said, let her marry. Come and do marriage. Then you should have asked, at what point did this now happen that the man is now fighting you? I don't know why this DNA thing is a big deal, honestly.
Nobody to us. So why is he asking for the
Who is the person that asked?
I don't want to mention his name.
Right. Was this a blogger?
Like, social media.
Social media content creators.
Yeah.
That's VDM.
Then, I was like, why is he asking for the DNA of my child?
Yeah.
So at first, I didn't take him serious. Not until my father-in-law started talking about it. And I had to put a call through to him. I called him, I asked him again, like, Daddy, what really happened? Like, why are you doing this to Liam? And he kept on saying, why do I have to take him to my mother-in-law's place? Does it bear my mother-in-law's surname? Like, what effort do I have to take him to my mother-in-law's place and not his own house in Ikorodu? Is he not the owner of his grandchild? And I still try to tell him, Daddy, I'm scared because you've been going out there to say different things about me. But I'm scared. Like, you cannot keep doing this and expect me to bring Liam to you. Then he was like, okay, what's the problem? And, he hung up. So I was expecting him to talk about the DNA, but he never did. So I think No, the next day he went on live on TikTok, on Instagram live to talk about the DNA again. Like it was literally.
Okay, she said it was when she took Liam to the father-in-law that the fight started. Okay.
It's like almost every day. So I think 3 days after I called him again. Like I wanted to ask him, like, what does he really want? Like I really want him to stop going out there to defame my baby. But he didn't pick up my calls. I called him repeatedly for like a week, but he did not pick up. So I stopped calling. So I think around November.
Somebody said lies. The call to him was when you started cursing him and you were recorded. Okay, I remember. There was this voice note that surfaced online where she and the father-in-law, she was cursing the father-in-law that if anything should happen to Liam. I remember this thing now. So is it that Truth does not know the details of this story to ask the necessary question? Was he not following? You know?
It was around November. He sent a message to my lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will be pausing. No, somebody said if the same thing happened to Wunmi, everyone will go after Mohbad to know what happened to Wunmi. God bless you, Auntie Titilola Falana. God bless you. You are talking as a parent. Thank you for not being biased. If it were to be Wunmi that kpai, this is the way we would not stop talking and asking, Mohbad, what kpai Wunmi? You need to tell us because you were the one that was present with him, with her. Thank you very much, Auntie Titi.
Message to my lawyer that I should bring Liam to him, that I want to perform a DNA test on him. So my lawyer sent him to me, and I told my lawyer that I am scared. Like I'm scared to take my baby to him because he has gone out there to say so many defamatory things about me. He has said it publicly that he hates me so much. Like he even went as far as trying to cajole my brother-in-law to lie, like to.
Sorry, Emma Bino. Somebody said Truth asked all these questions. You need to watch the whole interview. Is it the one on YouTube? Because I'm watching from YouTube now. Is there another interview? The one I saw, is there another interview somewhere? Because somebody can feel clip kekere sita. Okay, there is another interview somewhere. Where? Bola Timari.
Hate me one way or the other.
You have to wait to watch it.
Yeah, because
why not?
You said it online that I used to put substance in my husband's food.
Who said this?
My father-in-law. Then I would go and F around after. Because he never knew it was my brother-in-law that prepared my husband's last meal. So when he got to realize that it was my brother-in-law, he put a call through to my mother-in-law, but fortunately I was with her that day. So he just called to tell her that he just got to know that it was Adura that prepared my husband's last meal. That Adura and Mama should come over to his house in Ikorodu so they will know how to package the whole thing and put it on my head. I was so fortunate to be with Mama that day because I had to put it on record. And
So you have a recording of this?
They should, so that they will not to put the other on my head. What if it was poison that killed my husband? That Adura should come to him because he does not want to lose another child, because now he didn't know that it was my brother that prepared his last meal, and he has gone out there to talk about me putting something in his food, because now we do not know the result, what the autopsy would bring. Like what if the autopsy said he died of poison? I'm so grateful that I was with my mother that day, because it's not as if I had the intention of recording it, but I just had to do the recording because his intention was really bad. Yeah. And for him to have thought of something like that, I feel like this man does not have my best interest at heart. But I was so fortunate to be in my mother that day, so I had to put that thing on record.
But that essentially means that your father-in-law wanted to accuse you of murdering your husband.
He has tried. There is nothing he has not said. So when he got to realize that it was my brother, but I know that prepared that last meal, he stopped that poisoning narrative. Then he moved to many other ones. Yeah.
A question for those of us that may be ignorant of this.
Okay.
Why can't you do the test without him?
The reason is because have been called different names. He has called me a promiscuous woman. He has called me a cheating wife. You know, I've been called different names that people tend not to believe whatever I have to say anymore. Like, he has said so many things to my persons, and I feel like if I should get the DNA done without his consent, without him being
I'm
present,
at the site. I'm trying to see.
it would,
We have
that
to
will cause
pay.
another
I'll pay for
riot.
it.
That will cause another problem, because you know that is what he actually want me to just do one silly mistake, because he knows that, you know, I already caught him. I'm about to stop his means of surviving, and he knows that once. So now he just want to frustrate me to do things out of anger.
Yeah.
So he want to frustrate me to go ahead and do the DNA. So once it is done, then he will start going out there that, oh, the result is fake. And people will believe him because he's been the only one talking. Do you understand?
I get that. But do you think even if it's done in a reputable hospital, he will still be able, people will still believe him? Because if according to you, he's trying to frustrate it.
I don't think you, like, do you go online often and often?
No, I don't.
My father-in-law is now a celebrity. He's everywhere.
So I don't understand what you're dealing with.
People, like, he's at least in a week. At least he
Okay, we should not bother.
do grant interview.
Okay.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 or 3 times in a week. So people tend to listen to whatever he has to say, because he has been the only one
Okay, we
talking.
should not bother.
Like, the
Okay.
rest of the family has just been silent, you know, because of the legacy of my husband. You know, there is no way we would talk or say anything that my husband's name will not be attached to it. You know,
Yeah.
right now as I'm here, I'll be addressed as Mohbad's wife or Mohbad's widow. So his name is attached to whatever. So the glory, you know, is being attached. So I don't want his legacy to get ruined from me. But I'm very sure like that is why the other family.
Adepeju Wura V Gold. Please, I'm going to leave the line open immediately she finishes in the interview. Okay? We finished listening to this. Ejo, can you just call in and tell us what she said? Ejo, since you watched the whole thing, people say we should not bother about, you know, me going to watch the rest. Listening to the rest. Since you have listened to everything, please kindly call in. Mo ma fi number síbẹ̀. Mo ma fi number ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe tán. So I'll let you guys call in, okay? I want to make it an open thing. We are not judging here. We are listening to learn and to ask questions. Please, I would like you to call in. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe tán.
Has been quiet.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So what are you going to do? Because if I understand what you're saying that because of the way that he has mobilized public sympathy,
yeah,
anything you do now will be misinterpreted. So you're being careful.
Yeah.
But it seems like he lists, you know, because if what you're saying is he doesn't want to do DNA.
He doesn't.
So it feels like
Baba mi ò fẹ́ ṣe
you have no other, so what other choice do you have?
That is why I'm here. Like, I feel like there should be an organization protecting children in Nigeria, because I know that all of this thing happening to Liam can never happen abroad.
Now that he's gone to TV stations.
Yeah.
She said what is happening to Liam cannot happen abroad, which is true. Number 2, the way Mohbad's case has gone, if it is abroad, it won't go that way too. No, it won't.
He said this.
Nobody
so
can
next?
meddle.
Okay, so myself and my lawyer
will
be going to the court to report these whole incidents to the courts, and to also get the permission from the court to get DNA done under their supervision.
Right. So the court will supervise this.
Yes.
So the lawyer is saying that you guys are going to the court to say, let's do this DNA.
Yeah, under your
supervision.
And probably
I guess that's much true.
Publish it online,
right,
for people to see.
So you ask the court for permission to publish the DNA.
Yeah, so we can keep them updated on how
this is going.
The whole thing is going on, because I feel like my calmness will just make things worse.
Yeah.
In 5 years, we'll be here till forever.
Yeah.
I know DNA will be done because it seems uninterested.
It seems that ever since Mohbad died,
yeah,
you have not even had time to grieve your husband.
I've not even won the death of my husband. Like, I've not even seen closure at all. You know, it still feels like my husband is still alive because he's in Yaba morgue. He has not been buried.
He has not been buried.
Yeah, he has not been buried. He has not been buried. It's so sad. He has not been buried. And he's been in pieces twice. They literally did 2 autopsies. The government autopsy and the private autopsy my father-in-law did.
Last warning, if you don't get your $25,000 final expense benefit today, you risk missing out on one of the largest senior final.
And I can tell you for a fact that there is no genuine reason why he's still there. My father-in-law has no genuine reason. But he's been granting interviews saying, oh, the government do not want him to get justice. The government is this, the government is that. Like, he's been manipulating the public. Like, he has said so many things. Like that, people, like, I don't feel like there's anything that people would say that people would, like, this public, the people in public faces would believe again, because a lot has been said.
Because all of
he's been gotten interviewed saying
you have his team.
the
So
government had been the one to bury my husband's the inquest. Meanwhile, it was one of his supporters that like the woman has been on, like the woman is always on TikTok 247. Just all those American women. So the woman was so much interested in the case, and the woman later got to realize that my father-in-law was not being truthful to her. So she said she wants to, like, she's interested in the case and she wants to have a personal lawyer to join the inquest. So the lawyer submitted an application to the coroner, to the magistrate courts, that he wants to join the inquest, and he also wants the inquest to start from the beginning again. Like, he wants us to start all over again.
So that'll be a third process.
Grace.
The lawyer and the judge.
Grace, I don't know when you joined me. I said it from the onset. Nobody should curse anybody on my page, please. That's the way I'm doing my show now. I don't want insult. I don't want curses while I'm doing my live show. So please kindly delete that comment. John Tori Olong, please. Kindly delete the comments. Please. Delete it.
The court has been, there's been back and forth. That is why the inquest is on hold. But my father-in-law has been granting interview, manipulating the government.
So you're saying even your father-in-law is also part of the process that's delaying the burial?
That is the funniest thing.
Baba is
that the burial of
complaining
his
the
son is
government is
being
not giving
delayed
him
also
attention.
because of all
You
this
say he's
drama the father-in-law
manipulating
is
the
causing.
government.
And he knows what to do to get things done. Like, all you have to do is just talk to that woman, because they used to be friends before they had issues. So all you have to do is just talk to that woman, so that the woman can, probably withdraw, or, so they can just make an agreement, so that the court can open the coroner inquest. But he has refused to do the needful. Instead, he was always going on interviews, screaming the government's name.
But he's the one
But you
delaying
said
the
he's
process.
manipulating
Himself,
the government
him
now.
and his supporter.
You
Do
have
you
supporter.
accept the
Baba have
result of the
supporter.
coroner inquest?
Ẹjọ́ ní supporter ni.
I mean, that
supporter ẹ bully
that
àwa
is,
yìí náà.
that is another question. That is another thoughtful question, because I knew that there is a nurse involved in this case.
Okay.
They
Where's that
reacted
nurse?
to rejection.
Where's the nurse?
And since my husband, even the night my husband died, that my father-in-law got to the house, the nurse even narrated everything that happened to him. In fact, my husband's manager wanted to get the nurse arrested that night, but he asked us to let her go. That he does not have any business with her.
Your father-in-law asked them to let the nurse go.
That we should let her go. That he doesn't have any business with her. And he despite the begging that a lot of people begged him not to bury my husband that night, but he insisted I was going to bury him. In fact, even the day they wanted to bury my husband, they didn't inform me. I got to know online.
He insisted.
You're not
or he was
informed that
not
you're going to bury
giving.
your husband.
He insisted, or he was not giving police reports. Then secondly, why was 2 million sent for him to go and bury that boy? We may not be following everything. There are still some vital questions. Why did they send 2 million for him to go and quickly bury that boy? Why did the police not give him police reports? If not that the system is not working. A working system, one gbókù wá bá yín, the police supposed to go, one round up everybody nínú ilé, come and explain bó ṣe jẹ́. Why did the police not give him police reports? Kí ló tàn fún bàbá yẹn ní police reports? Kó fi gbọ́ ọmọ lọ sí mortuary. Why? When somebody kpai, they will call the police. Even here, you can't just go and bury somebody without the due process. But he was not giving something. Oh, they lè gbókùú sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Hey, Naija.
A whole lot. A whole lot has happened. Even the day my husband, even the day of his burial, they wanted to kidnap Liam from me at this thing. Like my father-in-law and there's one woman. The woman is like I don't know. I don't want to call it. The woman is, but they have a relationship. They have a close relationship. It's more like they had plans in collecting Liam from me that day, because it got worse to the extent that we had to put Liam inside nylon to take him out of that space.
So you're saying this battles you've been fighting started from the day?
Second day my husband died, up to this moment. Up to this moment. And so, the fact that the autopsy results came out inconclusive is one thing that I don't, it's hard to accept.
Yeah.
Because I knew so well that my husband actually had an injury from the fight he had with his friend.
Which friend?
His name is Prime Boy.
Okay.
We are not judging, but we can ask questions from what, for that person that I say we should not judge. We are asking questions from what we had. From what we had. Baba said he was there. They didn't give him police reports. Clayton for one police report. Kiloreti Chud Obere. If Chud want to be doing it, if Chud wanted to be open-minded, was Chud not following the question? I mean the story. Kiloreti Chud Obere pe, if your father-in-law, okay, you want to interview somebody on a case, you will have done some homework on that case to know the necessary question. If it is a neutral interview. Jude was supposed to ask. At that point when she said they already buried Mohbad, then Jude would have asked that the father mentioned something like this. What do you have to say about that? Ó yẹ kí Jude béèrè. Àbí nǹkan tí mo sọ make sense. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ make sense? I'm not judging now, it's a question. That why your father-in-law said this. Is it true that when he went to the police station, they refused to give him kí ló yẹ kán gbà? Whatever tó yẹ kán gbà ní police station. Police reports. Remember, we saw a lot of sin concerning this thing. No, ẹ má gbàgbé, we are not judging. These are questions I expect you to ask. Immediately that thing happened, some people inside a bus or inside a car took camera. This is where I became interested in that case. Took camera. Initially, you remember we said it was Naira Marley. Before we found out that Naira Marley was not even around when the incident happened. Our ìrántí incident díẹ̀ nípa kíní yẹn. Later, we now saw a video where some people were carrying pictures and said, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead. And inside the car, we are wondering, why are the people inside the car so comfortable to say Mohbad is dead? I was expecting Chud to ask and say, were you in the car with them? Who are the people in that car? Naira Marley was mentioned in this incident. Was Naira Marley around? Was he in the car on that day? Was he present? These are questions Chud is supposed to ask. There are a lot of questions I expected Chud to ask, not her telling stories. If it is truly they want to establish or put out something out there to show that I am not happy, justice has not been done, my late husband is still lying in the morgue, the government is not doing the right thing, The father is not doing the right thing. The father is not helping us. You know, I thought this is supposed to be a cry for help. The father is not helping us. This boy is still in the mortuary. We need to do the right thing. We want the government to help in this case. Then Chud will now ask, okay, you need help for this thing. What are the things? These are the things we saw. At least to clarify and clear our name too. I will want to clear my name. I've been accused of some things. And I have an opportunity. I want to clear my name. Even if the interviewer does not remember some question, I will remind him. I will say they said some of the things that were online. I will say these are the things they are accusing me from. Auntie, did you also listen to all the voice message from Baba Mo on Tolani's platform? No, I don't. I did not. I told you I lost interest in the case at a point. I stopped listening to anything about it. I told you, I don't know if you started with us. So my question is, okay, somebody said there is a purpose for the interview. Okay.
Also knew that he reacted to an injection. Because my husband was fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan Pork.
Some Pajok.
Pajok, yeah, I think, yeah.
I think.
I don't know. He has a podcast. So for it, he was actually, and that was the day our son clocked 5 months. 12. I hate like that 12 number is a weird number to me. Because, you know, it's the day I'm celebrating my child's birthday and I'm also mourning my husband. So, you know, I knew he reacted to an injection, and the fact that at the end of the autopsy it came out inconclusive just because of one mistake that my father-in-law made. The fact that he buried him. You know, if he was not buried, it should have been another thing entirely. But because he was buried, so they said his body has already decomposed. So most of the tissues that they are supposed to remove from his body has rotten.
No matter how long somebody has been buried, they exhume people that has been buried for years here, and they will still do autopsy and get the results. Was Chud not following this thing? Now she mentioned the autopsy again. Why can't Chud ask that? The government said they did an autopsy, but the hospital they said they did the autopsy said no, the government never did any autopsy with them. Chud obey the right questions. No. Chud was not asking the right questions. So how is the autopsy the Baba's fault? Or how is the autopsy because the body has been in the mortuary for long? But he decomposed. No, that was Lagos State saying what they want to say. We are not judging, but we can ask questions now. We can reason now. I don't know how many of you that are listening to me that live abroad. Or if you don't even live abroad, you know about all this kind of a thing. They exhume people that has been buried for years. Turn them out shaking. Comments, Timofe, comment in here. Were you there? Why can't you calm down? None of us was at the scene. Mohbad's father has been caught in a lie several times. I am not talking about that. I'm not interested in whatever Baba Mohbad said. I'm not interested in whatever she said. But I'm interested in what happened that we saw, that we can see, that we saw the evidence online. I just said, the government told us that they did autopsy in a clinic, in one laboratory here, and the laboratory came out to say, no, there was nothing like that. So where was that coming from? Then Chud should have asked. But she said Baba Mohbad did not allow them to do autopsy because, she said the body has decayed. And because of that, they can't do autopsy. And I said, no matter how long, they can do autopsy if they want to.
And the fact that it came up inconclusive is one thing I don't even want to accept. Because, Liam would go up to see all of these things and he would ask me questions.
She definitely will.
And the story would not be interesting if, at the end of the day, there was no justice for his father.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that he was bullied, by his oppressors, that alone is another thing that is outside. Now, up to this moment, nothing was done to it.
Right.
The
About
fact
the
that,
oppressors, you're talking about the whole Naira Marley thing.
yes, the fact that like the bullying part, the bullying part is part of the reason why the whole world came out for justice.
Yeah.
And up to this point, the police actually promised us that that they will be brought to look at all of that. But up to this point, nothing was done.
Yeah.
who will be
Do you
brought to
So
understand?
do you agree
ẹni tó
that
pa
that whole
àbáwọn tó jọ
bullying
ń jà
is part of what led to the death?
àbí àwọn
If you're
NAFDAC
over
àbí kí ló ń
60
jẹ́
and live independently, you need to watch
NDLA
this.
even NDLA tó máa kó gbogbo àwọn èèyàn àti even the NDLA that we saw that the boy was saying they gave him something to drink ó yẹ kó arrest àwọn yẹn náà in a normal society.
Kill somebody with sword before before killing them. I'm not gonna lie to you. They cannot deny the fact that they made life so unbearable for my husband.
And Naira Marley and his crew
Yeah,
made
when
life
Naira
unbearable
Marley-
for your
They
husband.
cannot deny that fact.
As
That
a
one thing they
Samlari.
cannot deny. A lot of people might be everywhere to support them in bashing me, so that I wouldn't talk the bullying aspects. But the few ones that are online cannot be erased. And Liam will go up to see all of those things.
ẹ̀yin
And I just
méjèèjì
pray
lẹ
that
jọ bully
that
ara
boy
yín.
will not grow
Baba
up to be
Mohbad,
traumatized,
wọ́n
because
bully òun náà,
imagine
òun náà, àwọn
seeing
tíìmù tiẹ̀ náà ń bully ẹ̀.
group of people beating his father that way. It is traumatizing, because even me that is his wife, whenever I think about those things, it really breaks me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but at this point, I'm fighting for my life and the life of my child. So, and his father is not even like his father has been on the Naira Marley side. Like he has been talking, he has been speaking for them. He has been trying to save them.
Why do you think he's doing that?
So who am I? I don't know. For any reason best known to him, I don't know. I really do not know. I really do not know. So
Essentially, you're saying that the justice for Mohbad
yeah,
hasn't been gotten.
up to this.
Somebody said everyone is bullying this lady, may we not be widow at 23. That comment ó yìí máa padà wá lórí YouTube. A case just happened in South Africa. A policeman died, and on the day of the burial, the wife, okay, the comment has come back. ST, on the day of the burial, the wife was the one crying most. At the end of the day, they found out it was the wife that sent Aya Killer to buy this man. In a normal society, I feel her pains. It's on a normal setting. I feel the pains of every widow. They called me yesterday that somebody I don't even know lost her husband. Owó tí mi ò ní, mo sáré send díẹ̀ sí. You know what? See, when something happens, especially in these controversial circumstances, the first suspects, the people they will stay on their neck are the people that are around 24 hours will be the prime suspects. 48 hours will be part of the suspects. They are the people they will ask a lot of questions and drill. Okay? Baba Mohbad said the boy was embalmed before he got there. Who embalmed that boy? That should be the question. The man said he met the boy under the stairs where they lay the boy, his dead body. Who did that? Another question, they said they saw stained or soaked bed sheets with blood. How did that come about? There are so many questions. You see, this bullying that she's mentioning, we know they bullied the boy. We saw the video that he was bullied. Naira Marley and Sam Larry. And we saw where the parents went to beg Sam Larry too. I mean Naira Marley. Yes. We saw where they went to beg Naira Marley. But they were nowhere near close to when he was going to die. This is not, the bully is a different case entirely. The arrest of the Ndla is another thing. Okay? The area of Ndla is another thing that calls for questioning and also for concern, because it could be anybody's child that will be in that situation. That boy was crying. Oh no, phone ní nǹkan mu, wọ́n phone ní nǹkan mu. If it is a normal society, people want to ask questions why that boy was arrested by Ndla, why he was given something to drink. You know, they want to ask. And because you remember, even when that boy died, the first news we got was that he died of ear infection. Who threw that narration outside? They said it was ear infection that died him. Have you forgotten? They said ear infection. So where was that ear infection narration coming from? Where was it coming from? After that, they said it was injury on the hand. And the injury we saw, we saw a hand. We saw a swollen hand with injury. Later, they said it was the injection of the nurse. Okay, where is the nurse? In a normal society, that nurse supposed to be behind bars. If the nurse acted unprofessional and it resulted to somebody crying, people love working here in abroad as a caregiver, as a nurse, as a medical practitioner. Anybody cry somehow on your hand, you will go to court. You will write report. You want to explain, even if the person cry under normal circumstances, as long as you are there, you are the one caring for that person. You are the one caring for that person. You will write a case notes. You will give details of how the last time the person spoke, what the person ate, whatever the person did to the last minute. As long as you are present, you will give details. So asking the question people are asking is normal. Stop saying people ate this girl. Stop saying so. Nobody ate her. We don't know her. We don't know the family. But this could be anybody. It could be anybody's child. The necessary question has to be asked. So stop saying they hate her. Nobody ate her. Why is her story not the same thing? Why is her story not tallying? Incident reports, thank you. And if they find you guilty, that if there was anything, there was negligence when you were caring for that person, you will go to jail for it. It's negligence, so you did not do it purposely, but as long as they find your hand, that while you are doing it, while you are caring for that person, something happened to that person, they will carry that person, you will go to court, and if the court find you guilty, you will throw you to jail. It's the normal thing. There has been too many narration, too many stories to how this guy fight. Too many stories. Why is it so difficult? This is what happened, when my husband came back, we were in the house, there were this person, I have people in the house that was there. They were with me together. They can bear me witness. At least 24 hours too. We slept together. We ate together. We did this together. We did all that together. And at the end of the day, suddenly, this is what I saw. And this is the person that was in the house when it happened. Nobody ate her. We don't know her. We have no business with her. We are only speaking so that it will not happen to somebody else. So that they will not carry somebody else and clear like that, and it will just go. It can be your child, it can be my child. Why you now turn it to somebody hates her, somebody hates her? Hate her for what? Do we know her? Mi ò lè rí níta kí n dá mọ̀. I will not see her outside and recognize her. I won't. I can't recognize her because I've never met her. So why do you just think people are asking questions? And that was why I said, please do not curse this lady. Do not curse her. We are not related to any of the family. Even the way the mother is been carrying on. Has the mother behaved like a mother? Has she behaved like a mother? At a point, even the mother and the lady, they were fighting each other. Ẹ wo sentiments èmi ò like sentiments tẹ́ máa ń gbé sí nǹkan, please.
And the justice for Mohbad that your father-in-law is asking for is not the same justice for Mohbad that the public is asking.
It is not.
Yeah. And you're essentially fighting on two fronts.
Yeah.
You're fighting for justice for your husband.
Yeah.
Again, and then you're having the people who are supporting his oppressors.
You said, Auntie, what if she already told the police? Oh, shoot. Comment yẹn ti lọ. You said, what if she already told the police? What has the police told us concerning this case? Go and watch police interview the first time this thing happened, that they arrested Prime Boy. Do you remember what the police first said? Gbogbo ẹ wà lórí social media. Police said while Mohbad and the friend was fighting, that Mohbad hit his hand inside a glass. Where is the car? Where is the car? Tí ẹnìkan tí ẹran yàn létí ń sìn ni. The police said when they were fighting, that Mohbad fought with his friend. That was why they arrested Prime Boy. And Prime Boy never saw the guy. They only saw the last time. Prime Boy said they never fought. That yes, he was upset. They said he hit his hand and the hand entered inside the window and the window injured his hand. We now saw this thing and say, Ọlọ́pàá, Nigeria Ọlọ́pàá, this is your line, no hard up. If somebody should hit his hand inside a glass, the wound will not be one place. The wound will have started, the scratch will have started from, and it will have multiple scratches, not just one scratch. We never saw the car that the glass broke till now. They never made it public. Even Ọlọ́pàá story didn't add up. So why should we believe anything was said to the police or believe anything coming from the police? The police actually messed this case up. The police were not up to their duties. They failed woefully. They failed woefully. Starting from the narration that it was Prime Boy that he fought with. Starting from that, they failed woefully. They arrested Prime Boy. Then if it was Prime Boy that killed him, why did they leave Prime Boy? Why did they release Prime Boy? I think they arrested like 2 or 3 people. Why did they leave them? At a point, they now said it was the nurse. The medication the nurse gave him. Where is the nurse today? Where is the nurse? Why is it difficult for the police to do their job? I don't blame Wunmi. I blame Nigerian police in their negligence. I blame Nigerian police. Probably they know what we don't know. That was why they messed up the case. The case is, as far as I'm concerned, the case is messed up. That case is messed up. Because if it is not messed up, we won't be the one to be talking. Kí ló kàn wá? When a case happen here, nobody will start shouting. By the time people shout once or twice, police will just be giving reports. They will just be giving reports on the case. This is how the case is going. This is how the case is going. This is how the case is going. And everybody will be monitoring it. It is not as if we will now be the judge and the jury, or will be the spectator and the performer at the same time. No, we will just be monitoring what is going on. It is because we don't have a government, we don't have a running system. That is why it has concerned some of us. And because of what we saw on social media, how can they treat this boy like this? How can somebody cry like this? Why is the story different? Why are they bringing different narration? Why is it so difficult to say what actually kpai this guy? Why is it so difficult? If not, nobody will talk if they are doing what they are supposed to do. Ọlọ́pàá is the medication that they gave her. They gave him medication. The medication, he now had good flesh. They now pour water. Ọlọ́pàá Nigeria disgrace ara wọn. They embarrass themselves. Because who goes to a crime scene? Who goes to a crime scene and leave the people in that crime scene to still continue to live in that crime scene? It's not done in any sane society. That place is supposed to be sealed up. At a point, Oyinbo told us, I said Oyinbo, Ọlọ́pàá told us that they saw certain injection. Later they said it was another injection. The Ọlọ́pàá story did not right. They messed up everything. Nigerian system messed up everything. So I'm not blaming the lady. If they had done their job, all these things we are saying, let us talk from now till tomorrow. Let her grant interview from now till tomorrow. They are the one to do the right thing. And for them to have lied, it shows that there is more to this case. Why will Nigerian government, a whole Nigeria, Lagos state government, Abba, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa reason, why will Nigerian government, a whole Lagos state government, tell us that they went to do autopsy, toxicology in American laboratory, only for that laboratory to come out and say there was nothing like that? They don't have any record of that name in their system. That says a lot. Pé ta ló pa Mohbad? Ikú wo ni Mohbad kú? Kí ló lè tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí? You know what? I even feel for the lady. I feel for Wunmi. Wunmi might be in a tight corner too. Tí ò gbọdọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ síta tó bá fẹ́ lẹ́mìí ara ẹ̀ lò. Ibi tẹ́mi conclude ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sí nìyẹn. Because after so many things came out, after we started hearing so many things, after so many things started coming out, I sat down one day. I said this lady too might even be at risk. Her life might not even be safe too. Tó yẹ pé kò gbọdọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó bá mọ̀. Because the case is too, ó ti dàbí movie. The case is just like a movie. Now, ó ti dàbí thriller. Because what is the interest of the government in this case? To be covering up and be lying to us? That is the question you should ask yourself. For if you are a truth, if you really want justice, or you want to be truthful, why will the government, Lagos state government, give us lie on this case? What is their interest in the case? That is the question we should ask. What is their interest in this case for them to lie to us? Everything is still on social media. I mean, still there on Google. What was their interest? Tó fi parọ́. Tí bàbá bá lóhun ò sin ọmọ, without bàbá burying that child, no closure ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. For everybody, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lọ wájú, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lọ sẹ́yìn.
As you call them, attacking you.
Yeah.
And you're also being attacked by your father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And your father-in-law seems to be supporting the people who you say oppressed
Yeah.
your husband.
Yes.
How are you taking care of yourself in all of this? How?
Is it like you mean financially?
Yes, financially, emotionally. What is your support system? How are you taking care of yourself?
It's just God's grace.
Okay.
And also,
based on what I said now, that at a point I started feeling for her that she might be in danger too. Kó má lè sọ̀rọ̀ síta. Somebody said, but then in that case, she should have found a way to narrate the true story to Baba so Baba can rest. You know why that might be difficult? Remember, some people came into the case and drew her close. They might manipulate her. Remember, she's a young girl. Wọ́n lè manipulate ẹ̀. Wọ́n lè máa dẹ́rù bòun náà. Pé má ṣe nǹkan kan, kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Má dáhùn, má dáhùn, má dáhùn. You understand? But my own is that what is the interest of Lagos state government in the case to cover up?
to my families, my family has been my pillar. They've been there for me, my mom, my dad, my auntie, and my elder brother. Like, I'm so grateful for the gift of them, because they've made, like, they've shown me love. Like, they've shown me all the love
Okay,
I
ẹ jẹ́ ká stop
deserves. And
ibi tó dé nìyẹn yòókù is not really relevant. So the number to call is +1 240. Ṣé woman yẹn yìí wà ń bẹ̀ that said she wants to call, that said she can call in? She said there is more to the video than the 30 minutes we listened to. Wumi said she was cooking fried rice when the nurse. No, she said it was Adura that cooked the last meal in this interview. Oh, she initially said she was cooking fried rice. She said it was Adura that cooked the last meal for Mohbad. It was in this interview. She mentioned it inside this interview. So the number to call is +1 240 351 9287. So the narration, bí kò ọmọ yẹn ṣe lọ, the story is too many, it's too plenty. Oh, Karimo, Karimo too is there. Ṣé mo pé story yẹn gùn? Èmi ò dẹ̀ follow wọn mọ́ gbà tó dé stage kan. Èmi ò follow wọn mọ́ because gbogbo mọ́ pé mi ò rí justice tó ń wá ní family wọn. So kí wá ń tiwa? You understand? Mi ò rí justice kankan that anybody is looking for. So I was like, abeg, I'm not in for all this. Ẹ̀yà ọmọ tó yẹ kó sunkún gidi. Kó gbéra ṣọ́lẹ̀ kí àánú àwọn abiyamọ ṣe. Ìyá ọmọ gan ò sunkún kí wá ń tèmi. Ni mo ṣe ya ń wò báyìí. Karimo too is there. Ẹnijọ́ mẹ́ta yìí tí Karimo bọ́ta that was trying to fight her mother. Àbí ta ló ń bá jà ń gbà yẹn. Tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe oríṣiríṣi. Mo kàn wo gbogbo wọn báyìí ni. Mo kàn wo gbogbo wọn báyìí. Ikú tó pa ọmọ yẹn. Ó yẹ ẹlẹ́dàá ọmọ yẹn. The number to call, ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé +1 240 351 9287. Èèyàn kan was saying that we didn't listen to the interview, full interview. Àyèmí stand lórí nǹkan tèmi sọ from onset that if things like this happen, what they do is to. If I miss your call, I'm calling you back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
So, afternoon. I'm out to the program.
Show. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Real talk with Auntie Adoni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, sir.
Okay. Can I go ahead with my
Yes, sir.
point?
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. First is that the issue raised here, I want to address them point by point. She mentioned the fact that Baba was accusing the lawyer over the properties.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Please, who should the lawyers be reporting to, if not Baba, who remain recognized as the head of the family? That is the first point. Because to me, as the head of the family, anything that has to do with Mohbad's properties, if everything is for layout, the lawyer should be reporting to Baba, being the head of Aloba family. Secondly, she said that Baba has been frustrating the issue of the DNA. DNA is secondary to the issue here. The primary goal is justice for Mohbad.
What led to his death? Benny.
DNA is secondary because the positivity and negativity of DNA may bring out the cause, but cannot be used as a negotiation. It can't be a concession. For somebody to say, if the DNA is settled, then the issue of justice for Mohbad is settled.
It's settled. That's
You can't use it as a concession for this case. Then she told us that Baba has been going on social media. Please, the whole world. Who started the story of noise infection? Who tweeted that, oh, what a part? Is it not social media that person was using rather than talking to the authority? Who told us that Baba horribly buried his son? Who told us that Baba collected 2 million naira to quickly bury his son? They, at the beginning, they twisted everything against this man using the social media. and the man had to struggle back to explain himself.
So, Benny.
This lady also told us, yes, he also told us that in this interview now, she said the nurse narrated everything to Baba the night Mohbad died. The woman who was cooking fried rice and did not witness what she told us at Corona, that she didn't witness what the nurse administered on Mohbad. Is she now telling us that the nurse was negligent to what she did not witness? Did woman tell Baba the nurse killed Mohbad or treated Mohbad? Did nurse told Baba that he killed Mohbad or she treated Mohbad? Did woman tell the hospital that the nurse killed Mohbad? Did woman treated the nurse or Naira Marley or Sam Larry did it? Did he tell the police, because they went to police station together, did they tell the police officer when they wanted to get the police extract that please, so it was not that treated him, let us put it in the police extract? And the policeman did not detain all of them. Even the policeman, the fact that somebody brought a corpse to the police station and he refused to give them a report, you should have detained everybody. Did the nurse detain all of them?
That's true.
Did they need Baba? Did they need Baba to get the nurse arrested?
At all.
Even if the nurse refused, even if Baba refused them, Baba is not a medical expert. The nurse only said Baba that he was called in and he did what he had to do. So on what ground will Baba say that the nurse will be arrested? It was the police that should have listened to them and get whoever should be arrested.
Benny.
Then they talk about, it was said that Baba was exploring social media. That is
then somebody just mentioned it was the sister. Hello, sir. It was the sister that first went to Daddy Freeze to go and grant interview. Karimo.
Exactly.
Somebody just mentioned it.
Exactly. And she told us something. They said that Mohbad was stabbed. Mohbad had injury. Police said Mohbad was bleeding profusely. And
thank you.
Woman is telling us now that Mohbad had interview the day he died. So somebody who was bleeding previous day till the following day profusely, he had the strength to grant interview the day he died.
And you follow that, I stopped following.
The mission Naira Marley and Sam Larry bullied Mohbad. In the video that we held here that went viral, Naira Marley was even Mohbad was telling women to back Pami, which one is even more concrete?
Okay, that video that came out.
Which one is more concrete? Is that not bullying at home? Bullying from outside and bullying at home? Which one has more effect on Mohbad? You said Baba was protesting against the government. So are you happy about what government has done? So is Baba protesting against the government not good for you?
Okay, that's true.
Baba supporter. You said she said one of Baba's supporter discovered that Baba has not been truthful. So he went to inquest to stop the inquest, and Baba should have talked to that person. So you even know that the person who you claim to be Baba's supporter was not happy with Baba, and you are happy that they stopped the inquest. And you cannot even call that person on your program that this is somebody who stopped the inquest from establishing the cause of my husband's death. You can say it was being economical with the truth. He was even trying to please everybody, even the public. But in that show, it was the public stunt that went wrong. And if you see a response to everything she said today, people who have conscience should tell this lady to stop twisting our head. He was telling us that Baba called Adura, called Mama Mohbad, and he called Baba that they should come home. Baba has been saying it openly. Baba said Adura should come and tell me what happened to his brother. That this guy that is lying now, that is this Adura that cooked Indomie. Hope they will not twist it. Let me know what happened. I don't want to lose two sons at the same time.
Okay.
Adura, come and confess it. You are the one. Come and tell me the truth. She's speaking it now. That Baba said that they should come home to lie so that they can put everything on her. That is a lie. Today, this lady never addressed what happened to Mohbad 12 hours before his death. This lady never told us what happened at the hospital. This woman never told us what happened inside the car. This woman is just telling us Baba and Mohbad are not in good terms. What is our business with that? Is that because of Mohbad's death? Because that there is disagreement in every family. That is related to the son. He's not telling us that Baba was the best father, Baba was this.
Yes.
Baba
That's true.
The same Baba you
Yes.
could not give placenta to. People before the death of Mohbad, you could not give that same man a placenta. So what are we talking about? A man who prayed for you, who was with you, who wanted you to have engagement.
She said it.
After you are taking it, the same man you cannot give placenta to. And you know what they are now trying to do now? Let me tell you what they are trying to do.
What's that?
Because Baba is requesting that the autopsy be done by hospital abroad.
Okay.
They now want to rush to say that they are also rushing to court to do their own autopsy. Where are they going to take the sample for? The autopsy that they want to do on their own. Where do they want to take the sample for?
But I thought she said they can't do autopsy again. I thought she said they can't do autopsy again.
It's about properties. Everything she's telling us is about properties. And it's sad that Jude did not ask the right question. It's so sad. Let me allow other people to contribute. Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir. It means I think back the most of this thing, honestly. Timba miss call him mark I want you to pay gone. If I miss your call, I'll call you back. What I think back the most of it. Because at a point I just got pissed off. But no, this is not about justice anymore. It won't need ya. You should have a common ground. Hello, ma. You are on, ma.
Hello, Jerry. Okay. Thank you for bringing this thing up again. You know, like me, I don't think this girl killed Mohbad. I don't think this girl killed Mohbad. There are a lot of things going on. As you are talking now, as the confession is coming, I noticed three things.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, husband always say, tó bá pa mí ìwọ ló pa mí ìwọ ló ṣe nǹkan kan fún mi àwọn ọkọ wa máa ń sọ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ játijàti yẹn tó bá ipa àjọ ń jà sóyè yín àwọn ọkọ wa máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ then ṣe rí nǹkan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí àwọn ìjọba yìí wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó pa Mohbad wọn kàn fẹ́ sọ ni ọmọ yìí kọ́ ló pa Mohbad first of all Ndla water tán lọ fún mu tán lọ kó gbogbo wọn wọ́n fún lómi mu wọ́n àmọ́ nǹkan kan nípẹ̀ wọ́n parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ wọ́n lọ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ sí ọlọ́pàá àárín nǹkan kan tó wà ń bẹ̀ then ìjà tán jà ní Kòòdú tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní gbogbo yẹn náà tún pẹ̀lú tó fi délé táre òdá ìyẹn wà ń bẹ̀ then ẹni tó báwo ni ta ló kí ló déédé tán tẹ̀sẹ̀ sáré sẹ́ndì ọmọkúlé ní àjẹkú lánàá ọmọkúlé náà bí whatever tó ń sọ ẹni tó sẹ́ndì 2 million kí ló dé tó lè yá bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn láti sẹ́ndì 2 million yẹn ní immediate ìyẹn náà yẹ ká fura sí so èmi kàn ní kémi kàn sọ nǹkan tí ń wù gbogbo bó ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn èmi ò rò pé ọmọ yìí ló pa ọkọ ẹ̀ nǹkan kan wà ń bẹ̀
tó dípà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni there is something deeper in this case yes
nǹkan kan wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ṣe rí gbogbo narrative táwọn èèyàn wá ń sọ àwọn tó fi make owó gan tán ti ra ilé tán ti kọ́lé tán ti ra mọ́tò wọ́n pọ̀ ń díẹ̀ èmi mọ̀ dájú ọmọ yìí kọ́ ló pa something is behind Mohbad's death nǹkan kan wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ tá a mọ̀ tán ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká mọ̀ kí ló dé látijọ́ yìí kí ló dé ẹ̀yin náà wà lamẹ́ríkà náà gbogbo nǹkan tó ń kú ní Amẹ́ríkà tó dẹ̀ yà ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ pápápá wọ́n ń ṣe pápápá à ń ráṣìírí ó wá di tìlú wa gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ́ ìdí kínní wọ́n tún sọ wípé ibi tó tún gbé lọ wọ́n tún ní wọ́n ń purọ́ ń bẹ̀ ni what's going on ta ló ń purọ́ fúnrọ́ ṣé Wùmí ló máa ní agbára tí ò ní jẹ́ kán lọ ṣe autopsy níbi tó ti fẹ́ ṣe èmi ò rò pé Wùmí ló pa ọ èmi ò ní purọ́ torí obìnrin lèmi àbí obìnrin ni mí mo dẹ̀ lóbìnrin lọ́mọ nǹkan tí mi máa sọ nìyẹn Wùmí kọ́ ló pọ̀ Mohbad tó bá lòsì gbogbo nǹkan tí ń sọ yìí ẹ ṣe Ọlọ́run á máa fún yín ṣe ojú yín máa ń gún régé ó ga o ẹ wá di òrèǹté ó ga fún yín o ó dàbọ̀ thank you okay.
Timba, if I miss your call, I will call you back. Hello.
Something is behind
if you have to call me, kindly English, please. English speaking platform, Lele, please. So English, and kindly turn down the other phone.
Yes, I did already.
Thank you very much.
My take in it, I will just say some few things. Number one, even if somebody is buried for 30 years, if the person is exhumed, they will still know the cause of death.
Then
they have 40 years DNA storage here in America that they catch people through the genealogy. You know, those are ancestral something.
That's true.
That said this case was 1959. This person that is born in 1985 has almost the same DNA as the criminal we've been looking for since 1959. Then they will link it and they'll get the actual fact. So I'm letting Wunmi know that burying Mohbad early does not hinder the DNA. Does not hinder the autopsy. Number 2, the video. I just want to be very calm because you know I'm very, very aggressive when talking, when I'm angry. But I want to be calm because this is about life.
But to the other people, so the other people can call.
It won't be long, Auntie. It won't be long. Where's the video? At this point in time, if 2 chickens are fighting on the street, they record. You know that. Where's the video between him and Prime Boy that is fighting? Number 2.
God bless you.
Why did they take Baba to the police station that is not within the perimeter of the estate? There is a police station that is said to be closer to Mohbad estate. Why did they take him somewhere else? Where are those boys saying Mohbad died?
Why were those boys not arrested? Right? Those boys that were saying Mohbad is dead.
Then let me know. Nobody is after her. If the same thing happens to you, Wunmi, everybody will come after Mohbad.
That's
all
true.
Over the world, Western world, everybody that is closer to the person, 48 hours, 24 hours, 5 minutes before the person fight, they all have to go on that
for questioning
investigation.
Thank you.
And the crime scene has to be sealed up. Okay? And was Baba there when they embalmed him? Baba came later in the day. The nurse must have been gone a long time.
Then why was he embalmed? Why was that boy embalmed?
Why was he embalmed before Baba came? Why was the lawyer there? Why was the imam there? The major thing that started all this thing was Wunmi's sister. She came and she muddled everything together. And Wunmi too went online and gave the whole world a different narrative. You have your own, what are they calling? What are these people working for you? But you are pointing an accused finger to Baba. Let me tell you one thing. The interview Chud or whoever did is the charm. No, that's not the way to conduct an interview. I am not a journalist, but I know the tie of a chicken from the tie of a cow. That interview was just a premeditated or preamble.
It doesn't even look like an interview to me. It looks like somebody just coming out to talk. It doesn't look like an interview.
Yes, she just, you know why Wunmi is out? You know why she's out? Let me tell you, I lost my husband 5 years ago. I am still grieving. Talk less of a young, promising boy. That boy's demise, Auntie Adonia, I swear, he gave me so much depression that I was withdrawn
you can say
for
that
so
again.
long.
It affected me too when it happened.
It really affected me so badly that I didn't even trust anybody. I became very, very protective of my children, even my grandchildren. You know, I do not trust anybody anymore. And Wunmi, nobody is pointing an accusing finger to you. It's the spouse that is always the prime suspect all over the world.
Benny,
then
they are the people they really question very
well.
You
are a Yoruba girl. You are a Yoruba girl. Nǹkan tó ṣe máa ń sọ fáwọn obìnrin nìyẹn, ẹ má da ọkọ yín nìkan fẹ́. Ẹ tiẹ̀ try láti ní èèyàn kan nínú ẹbí ọkọ. Ìyá Mohbad is just after money. Ìyá Mohbad is a glutton. Ọlọ́kùnjẹ ni Ìyá Mohbad. She's just after money and she's trying to use Wunmi as a yardstick for Baba because of their past history. And this boy, I expected Wunmi to say, all I want now is justice for my husband. She never mentioned justice for Mohbad for once in that interview. All she's talking about, and let me tell you, if you care to know, Islamically, it's just that Yoruba people that say, Islamically, let me tell you today, Baba is entitled to Mohbad's property. Because if Mohbad was alive, if Mohbad had 4 wives, they have to share the property into 5 places. 1 for the parents, 4 for the wives. The wives will give the children. And if Baba and Mama are still together living under the same roof, they will give them a portion. If they are living separately, they will share it into half and give Baba 1, give Mama the other half. Because if Mohbad was to be alive, he will be feeding his parents. So Islamically, Baba is entitled to Mohbad's property. Let's not put sentiment. And let me tell you one thing. Let's not put sentiment and being biased and, playing pity party here. We're all mothers. Don't let, because of what we want to eat, don't let your mouth lead you to where you don't want to go. Emma je ká máa fi nǹkan tá bá fẹ́ jẹ, ká máa fi ba nǹkan tá fẹ́ jẹ jẹ́. Gbogbo wa lábíamọ, kò sẹ́ni tó máa ní irú Mohbad yẹn. I will speak Yorùbá now. Tó máa wò pé kí irú ọmọ yẹn fò ṣánlẹ̀ kó kú. The boy that everybody, no, I've never seen something like that in my life. Everybody in the whole world they celebrated that boy. Then Wumi should know. Let me tell you one thing, Wumi. If somebody is threatening you, you came for this interview purposely because you just want to go and aduro somewhere. They are telling you to come, and the police said you should come to the police station. They issue a warrant for you to come and do interview with the police for investigation. You refuse to go. I don't know who your godfather is. I don't know who is after Mohbad. If it's somebody, shall understand? Auntie Adoni, I want to call your attention to something. If you people don't notice anything, everybody that has hands, investigation Mohbad, before every one of them. Really? Let me tell you one thing.
I'm just hearing this.
Yes, you are protecting your own son. Who is eléyìí láyà? Ọmọ tí ò tí jẹ nǹkan kan.
Ẹ bá mi yọ ọmọ yẹn kúrò. Ẹ bá mi yọ ọmọ yẹn kúrò. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
No, where I'm going. Auntie, where I'm going. I'll get to where I'm going. And you expected Baba not to look for what killed, not what a boy of 20-something years.
Benny.
To logo lapo fún tó fi lọ sí school. To tọ́jú single-handedly. Let me tell you one thing. I keep telling people, you looking at your child alone, even if the child doesn't give you money, you looking at your child alone, on progress.
You'll be happy.
It's a joyous thing to parents.
Benny, to every parent.
It gives you joy.
Benny.
It gives you, even 24/7, but you will still know, oh, my son, my child, my daughter. You are protecting your own child. Yeah. Baba too has the right to know what Pai has his own son too.
Father gather money, make I go poly. I go poly, but I no go class. Daddy, I am sorry.
Daddy, I am sorry. And let me tell you, Mohbad. Let me tell you, Mohbad.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
At the end of the day, this boy will end up hating you because you didn't let him find justice for his brother. And you, Mohbad, nítorí àwọn kaba tí ò dókè tí ò délẹ̀ tán rà fún àpamọ́ kaba for you. You refuse to ask for justice for your son. But when somebody justice for that boy, you people will come after them. Let me tell you, what goes around comes around. There's a saying that said, if you pull somebody up from the peak of success, don't worry. At the peak of your own success, somebody will give you a slide. Somebody will throw hammer in the wheel of your own progress too. It might take time, but it's still, karma is a beast. It's still going to come after you. Thank you, Auntie Adoni. I don't have anything.
Thank you, ma'am. Remember, we are neutral in this case. Remember, we can ask questions, okay? You can speak your opinion, Joe, but don't be personal on this issue. And you know, Lenekwe, I should be neutral. You are teaching me to be neutral in cases, okay? So if I miss your number, if I miss your call, I will call you back. All right, let me take it as I missed number. The number came in. All right. That particular song, I don't like singing it. Only Boshiman Shemi. Father got that money, make I go poly. I go poly, but I no go class. Daddy, I am sorry. Hello.
Hello, Auntie Aduni.
Good afternoon, ma. English, please. Strictly English.
Hello, Auntie.
Hello, ma.
Okay, yeah. Actually, yeah, I've said most of the things I wanted to say, but it's.
If you are listening to me and trying to call, it's going to cause confusion. So I'll need to turn this off to the time. Turn off your other gadgets if you are calling, okay? So that it will not be clashing. Hello? Hello? Sherry, bye. Sherry. So if you're going to call me, you cannot be listening to me with one phone and be calling me with another phone. It's going to be clashing. Please. See mommy. 10 years I no see mama me oh. Father got that money, make I go poly.
Hello.
Poly. You are on, ma.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sis.
Let's talk to Auntie Aduni.
You are on. I stopped listening to his song too. If you are going to call me, turn off your phone that you are using to listen to me. It's going to be causing confusion, please. Won't say hello, but because you are listening to me at the same time, you didn't know I was saying hello. So won't echo.
Hello, ma.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, ma. It's your son calling. Yes, ma.
It's my son.
Okay. Yes, so it's me, Ayo. I'm trying to establish something.
Go ahead.
The Ndla issue. When did that issue happen?
We are not too sure, but I think it happened much earlier, before the incident.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they gave Mohbad some water.
He said they gave him a substance that looked like water. They forced him to drink a substance.
Okay. So a substance.
Yes.
Okay. When did Mohbad die? Did the autopsy or whatever type of autopsy that they have done, did that autopsy actually mention that whatever liquid form that Ndla gave him back then or sometime around that time led to his death?
I don't think so.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Yes.
So why are people mentioning something that has happened months?
There's somebody said 2022. So that was like a year before.
A year before. Mohbad has gone to multiple shows during those times. He has gone to multiple interviews. Mohbad has gone to multiple interviews. Mohbad did not faint. He did not have high blood pressure. He did not just drop on stage and just pass away because of whatever liquid substance that was given to him by the Ndla. That did not happen.
Yeah.
But how come people are still mentioning something that has happened months before his actual death? And plus, everybody forgets to ask one simple question. What happened 12 hours before Mohbad died?
24 hours.
What happened between, or 24 hours? What happened between that time stamp? Nobody is asking that question.
but everybody decide to go for Naira Marley. That first of all, Mohbad is not even in Malian's record anymore. Mohbad has left Malian records since 2023.
And the bullying was before then too.
And the bullying was before then.
Yeah.
Now, this is the crazy part. I'm not going to talk about Mohbad's family or Wumi because whatever that is going on in between that thing right there is the biggest joke of all time. I'm just trying to establish common sense. And the reason why I don't understand why people are blaming Naira Marley. If people want to blame Sam Larry, me as an individual, I can blame Sam Larry for one thing. Why are you gonna attack Mohbad with some type of thing that looks like an iron in his hands? And in that video, it doesn't show that Sam Larry actually hit Mohbad with it. Or Sam Larry could have attacked Mohbad in some type of an open ground that they had a fight. Nobody knows what happened between Sam Larry and Mohbad. But Naira Marley was never in any video. Why are people calling Naira Marley's name? Plus, when Mohbad died, Naira Marley was not even in Nigeria. Naira Marley categorically posted on his own personal Instagram page. He asked 14 questions. Naira Marley asked everybody 14 questions. What is the name of the doctor? Where was Mohbad? Where hospital did they take Mohbad to? What car did they drive? What car did they drive Mohbad in? Who was in the house when Mohbad passed away? Till today, until nobody have answered Naira Marley's question, but everybody are busy blaming Naira Marley. And there is multiple video when Naira Marley was actually advising Mohbad as an older brother that don't let pressure kill you. If your family are giving you a hard time, you should let your family know that you are the king of the house. Nobody talked about the video. Nobody talked about it. But they are blaming somebody that had no idea what's even going on. Naira Marley is confused just like everybody else because he has no idea. When Reno Omokri granted Naira Marley an interview, they asked about the royalty. Naira Marley categorically told Reno that he's not ready to give the royalty because he doesn't know who to even pay to.
Okay, so he has not paid that royalty. He has not paid the royalty.
He has not paid the royalty. Very dark man asked Naira Marley about Mohbad's royalty. Naira Marley told Very Dark Man the same thing. That he knows he owes Mohbad some money for his royalty, but he doesn't even know who to give the royalty to. Because Naira Marley himself is not even sure of what's going on. And people are busy blaming him. Why? Because he smokes weed and he makes music that doesn't make sense to people.
No, smoking weed is not doesn't matter anything. It doesn't mean anything.
But I don't know why that's why they're blaming him. That's part of the reason why they're blaming him. They're judging book by the cover. Instead of them focusing on the main issues. What are the main issues? What happened 24 hours before Mohbad died? Nobody's asking that question. And the crazy part is Naira Marley was not even in Nigeria when Mohbad passed away.
Yeah. Well, I did a video thinking Naira Marley was involved. Naira Marley
he has no idea.
I had to delete that video.
Naira Marley has no idea of how Mohbad died. He has no clue. He has no clue. This is where my own problem is. Don't crucify an innocent individual because of grudges that people have with him. It's not fair. Naira Marley has the right to be defended too. He has his own career and his family to feed too. Because he signed Mohbad into his record label and whatever that has transpired in his record label, that doesn't give anybody a right to crucify him.
Somebody said, why is there no video about the Ikorodu fight up till now?
Exactly. Was Naira Marley in the Ikorodu fight? The answer is no.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even in Nigeria then.
He was not even in Nigeria. He was not even in Nigeria. And people are not asking this.
We are not the one that did the interview. That's why we are saying the guy should have asked more questions. But they said there is more questions. I'm expecting that woman to still call in.
Whoever that did that interview is the biggest staged interview of all time. That interview was completely staged. I've seen that interview since 4 a.m. this morning.
Did you watch the whole interview?
I have seen the interview since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Did you watch everything? I listened
to the first one. I listened to the first 1 minute of that interview. I just swipe it off. Swipe it off. Like, this interview is fraud. This is a fraud interview. They're not even asking. If you want to ask Wunmi a question, as soon as she sits on that chair and you welcome her, welcome Wunmi, how are you feeling? How is everything? The very first question that's supposed to come from any interviewer's mouth: what happened 12 or 24 hours before Mohbad died? That is the first question. That's the first question. If nobody asked her that question, nobody should talk about Mohbad. Maybe they should just bury Mohbad and let everybody just forget about the whole shit.
It's like the father is the one that said he will not bury the boy until the needful is done.
The needful in a corrupt Nigeria.
Yeah.
In a corrupt Nigeria, we need to be frank with each other. Nigeria is a crime scene.
My question, my own grouse in this thing is, what is the business of Lagos State government in this case? To lie to us, not once, not twice, on this case.
Exactly.
What is their interest?
If the Lagos State Police arrest Naira Marley, and they end up
they actually arrested him and released him. Okay.
That's it. If they release him afterwards, then that means there's a clear sign that the questioning that they have already questioned him, they've noticed that there's nothing wrong, that he didn't have any hand in it. Because they didn't invite him to any other court. Nobody invited him to anything else. Because they have clearly seen, even though if they don't even arrest him, even though if everybody say that, oh, maybe Naira Marley used his celebrity power to overshadow the police and everything and his connection, okay. If people even want to say that, okay, let's look at the timestamp. When was Naira Marley active in Mohbad's life? 2023, beginning of 2024. When did Mohbad died?
2020. He died in 2023. Mohbad died in
Lopodun around that time. And during that time, was Mohbad in Malian's record? No. Mohbad is not in.
I think he
Mohbad
left.
is not there anymore.
Yeah, I think he left in 2022 or 22. Yeah, he left before then.
He left before then. Mohbad has left. Mohbad has left Malian record. Mohbad has left Malian record before then. He already started his own record label called Immortalization.
Yes.
Yeah. Mohbad has started his own record label called Immortalization. And Mohbad has been making music. And in the beginning of the music, he's already putting it in the beginning of the music, Immortalization.
He
made the music with Chike and this thing. The Malian record never had a problem with it. The music was very popular. When Mohbad released
and I think so many other Mohbad music, died, even before that
gained even more popularity. So I don't understand why people are blaming Naira Marley. That's where my concern is.
Is anybody still blaming Naira Marley in all of this with all that came out?
Yes, and you know the crazy thing, my final thing. So somebody else can contribute, man.
Okay.
My final thing. If we keep blaming Naira Marley, if Nigerians keep blaming Naira Marley and Sam Larry all the time, we are not going to see justice.
Are you sure there is going to be justice? I mean, I don't think there's going to be any justice.
We are not going to see justice. Why? Because they are taking people's attention from the main cause. When it comes to investigation, because I work in an investigative field, I'm a private investigator. When you are investigating something, timestamp is very, very important. Very, very important. Timestamp is very, very important. What happened a week before? What happened a day before? What happened 24 hours before? What happened 48 hours before? What happened 72 hours before? What happened a week before? What happened a month before? You see that 1 month? That 1 month timestamp. It is the most important time during an investigation. Because every event that led to the climax of what happened happened within that 30 days. The highest gravity of the event happened within that 30 days. That is when the highest gravity happened. Now, if you want to catch more accomplice of what happened in the actual day of the event, that's when you can go 2 months, 3, 4, 5, 1 year. Because you are trying to find more further investigation. But the main people that created the whole incident, all of them falls between the time stamp of 30 days. Everybody are in that 30 days time stamp. There is no way they leave that 30 days. If you want to find more further investigation, whatever happened within that 30 days will lead you to more bigger picture. If you want to go broad into the investigation.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, my brother. If I miss your call, I'm calling you back. And please turn off your other phone. You cannot be listening to me and be talking. It's going to be echoing. Nigerian police got us to this point. If they have done the needful, Karimo said Wunmi and Mo fought and it is something on the stairs that led to the broken rails. Naija wọn kò yàn tí ń kú gbé tó bá kú okú gbé. If I miss your call, I'm calling back. Oh yeah, so that we can round up. Mo ti lọ lo 2 hours just like that. Karimo confirmed that Wunmi and Adura had a fight the night Mohbad by breaking the stairs. Honestly, I stopped following their story at a point because okay, this is your first time here, but you've been following the story. Me, I stopped following because I joined you. So if you want to call, the number to call is +1. The number to call is +1 240 351 9287. +1 240 351 9287. WhatsApp only. In all of this, honestly, I blame the government. In all of this, I blame the government. And the more they come for an interview, the more... Anyway, some people have not kept quiet on the case. People are still talking. The bloggers for and against. Sometimes, at least, in your video, you know, they are still there. I'm a phone number mi le ń pè. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tí mo gbogbo number mi nìyẹn o. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, ma. Yes, ma.
The Lord bless you. The Lord strengthen you.
Amen.
And the blood of Jesus will cover you and your family for all the different topics you are doing.
Thank you.
Because as you said recently that your family is very important, which is true. Some of us are praying for your children. Nothing will touch them in Jesus' name.
Thank you, ma.
That has died. On this Mohbad issue, my sister, let's be realistic. People are blaming Baba Mohbad. Please, ma, for what? What is that ma offense? They are saying, sorry, I'll be mixing it with Yoruba.
Yes,
ma'am. Baba òkè jogún ọmọ. Níbo ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Ṣé tó bá wà láyé kò ní tọ́jú bàbá ẹ̀ ni? Kí ló máa ń sọ fáwọn òbí pé tọ́jú ọmọ yìí? Ó mọ ọmọ tó máa sín ẹ̀. Ó mọ ọmọ tó máa sín ẹ̀, ó mọ ọmọ tó máa ṣe fún ẹ jẹ. Ó mọ ọmọ tó máa gbókìkí ẹ̀ ga. And the father have done that by even depriving himself, choosing Mohbad over the wife. And that Mohbad now, that somebody said is the husband of his youth. that never said, I want to know the death of my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are backing that lady up. Some people are backing. I don't know them.
Everybody cannot hate her. Everybody cannot be against her. Let me not use that word hate. Cannot be against her.
You are right. But at the same time, they should not just be.
We see things differently. We see things differently.
You are right. You are right. But sometimes when they blame that man, I felt I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I know what it is. I know what I've lost because I want to take care of my children. I know what I forfeit because I want my children to be somebody. I know what I'm still passing through. I've entered depression and coma, all just because of my children. Because I dress like a village. I'm born and bred in Lagos. I'm from Lagos State. My both parents are from Lagos State. But I dress like a village woman. Because I sit down and think, is it me that is important at this stage or my children?
God bless you. Just like what I put out today, I said I am tired. After many years of taking care of children, I feel like having early retirement.
Yeah. So I always say this,
easy.
My sister, that if my children are okay, I'm okay. When I buy something for my children, my sister, you will ask me that, what is your problem? Even people at my workplace. And I always tell them I can't change. Because those things will be what my children will remember and used to take care of me. So that their wife, their husband will not say, who is your mother? Because they will be able to say, my mother is the one that spoiled me, that stands by me with my father. You understand?
Yes,
so back to the main point. There is two people that give birth to this boy. The mother has been giving message because for me, that's why I always blame the mother. You have been given a message before the boy was born that this boy is going to make you on top of the world. If I thought you and because where there is good things.
Emma bá mi ṣe pápá ni o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ma, ẹ ti fẹ́ lo 5 minutes.
Now the devil has strike. You follow the devil way. That the boy knows something. Now the boy, I'm jumping. The boy died now. Instead of you to now stand, even you alone is enough to be crazy about knowing the death of your son. But no, you take side. To me, he takes side. She takes side of the girl. People are not blaming for me. Yeah, I'm not blaming Naira Marley. Because Mohbad said know what he is going to with Naira Marley. But when all this scenario come out, the people that need to be arrested, they were not arrested. We are all Yoruba.
Ben.
After your husband died, the mother is not there, the father is not there, and the whole village is there. Who does that? So many things. In fact, to me, government knows about this. They lie to us. They fail us. What did they use this boy's body for? What did they use this boy's glory for? Because most of these people in government, they have been in abroad. Most of them, they school in abroad. Is it the governor or the present president? They know what is going on. If they want to do the real investigation, they will do it, my sister. They don't want to. As you have said a few minutes ago, that there is no justice and there is not going to be justice. Some guy is just looking for sympathy and to run away from the country and enjoy that boy. You see some people, some innocent children, and they are suffering from the sins of their mothers, the sins of their fathers. Some people today, they are suffering from the generational sins. Because a lot of people put curse on the death of this boy. If anything now happen in future, they will say what? They will say it's Baba Mohbad that is the witch, is the wizard. Please, all I will conclude on, because I have a lot and I don't even know how to put it. I always boil when I hear the story of this boy. Or when some people are lying and they are being taking sides. It pains me because I'm a mother. I know what it is to train a child, truly.
Thank you, ma'am.
My sister, bye. I feel like crying.
Ní rogun ẹkún.
Thank you, bye.
Ìyá ọmọ òsùnkún bí tó wà ní rogun ẹkún. I miss your call. I'm calling back. You are not picking. I don't have that time so that we can stop by 2:30. I mean, I say 2:30. We can stop in 20 minutes time. All the people that I missed your call, I'm calling back. You are not picking. No. Somebody to stop it to pay me.
Hello, people.
You are on.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sis.
Yes, I'd like to say a word or two concerning the issue that you're talking about. And it's just my opinion.
Please go ahead. It's allowed.
I don't want to blame anybody. I'm not pointing accusing fingers at anybody. I'm a mother. And I have a baby. I have a young lady like me. Some people are saying that Wunmi did not buy Mohbad. And I want to say, I don't want to agree with them. I don't want to agree with them in the sense that Wunmi may not be the one who put the knife on the neck of Mohbad, but she certainly was accessory to how Mohbad died. Yes, she was. I can't fathom how a wife would be in the house with her husband and some hoodlums just walk in and kill the man. And the wife keep quiet. If Wunmi did not kill Mohbad, she certainly was part of those who killed Mohbad. And she gave them access to kill Mohbad. So to that extent, she killed Mohbad. I want to conclude like that. Let's turn the table around. Let the Wunmi parents put themselves in the shoes of Mohbad. If they were the parents to Mohbad, what would be their reaction? Would they not say something?
Would they not fight? Wouldn't they fight?
All parents, all mothers. I can't just pass on how I will allow my daughter to do a thing like this to her husband, and I will just keep quiet and not do anything or say that, yes, just let me just pass the girl at the back. As you have rightly said, or as somebody has said, that Wunmi may wish or may have wished to talk, but there are some forces behind her that are preventing her from talking. And that is not far-fetched. She is also afraid.
She might be.
Wunmi knows what killed her husband. She definitely knows what killed her husband. She's just keeping it for her. That's for Wunmi. For Jude is a journalist, a seasoned journalist. In fact, I'm pissed off with him. What he did with Wunmi just calls to question. It calls into question his integrity. We will not call that an interview. They just prop up something so that Wunmi will come out to talk. How many times have they invited Wunmi to the station to come and talk, and she refused to show up?
Really? She doesn't go?
No? Yes. Why did they pick on
to the station?
And not no?
But there was a video. My sister, there was a video where she went for for the corona inquest. I think I saw once.
She went for the corona inquest, but what did she say there?
So after that, she doesn't honor their invitation.
As what Jude did. Jude wanted us to believe that he conducted an interview. That was not an interview. Wunmi came out to tell story. Jude, to my opinion, has been compromised because he didn't ask her the right questions. It was just like, okay, let me just prop it up, let me just launder your image, let me just this. And I want to believe that for women to have said that they are not prepared to do DNA, they must have perfected all their plans. They must have perfected all their plans. Why is she coming out now to say
okay,
yes?
Bereketa invited her, she declined.
Now we're ready for DNA.
Me, I even thought they've done that DNA thing new.
I don't see any headway in this.
No, I don't.
Because
I don't see it.
From all points out, it's just that let's just keep their mouth shut. That's why they bring Jude. Jude has a reputation. But what he did with me calls to question. This is Nigeria. Anything goes. This is how we keep talking about it. At a time, we think that the story has died down. Suddenly, it will come up again. And that's the circle goes on. There's likely not to be anything out of this game. And that is it. The lady knows it. And as long as those who are backing her are still alive, she feels they can't pay, nothing is going to do her. That's the truth. She keeps changing stories. He's not telling you that they good Liam out of the place when the father was being in bed. That has never been part of her story. There was never a time that he said they had to put Liam in a nylon bag to smuggle him out.
I was surprised when I heard that.
She's bringing it up. Just manipulating everybody. Just gaslighting the father-in-law. No, but Jude, I expected you to ask, what about the 2 million sent in by somebody? It's for what purpose?
For what purpose? Then why? What is the relationship for that person to send it?
If Wunmi did not
there is more to that guy's date. There is more.
On the neck of her husband, she allowed those who killed Mohbad to do it. She gave them access to that boy's life. And God is watching because she is the woman. Ibi tọ́lọ́ ń bá tó ti máa mú lóyún ọkùnrin ní kò náà bí. Kò sí nǹkan tá a gbìn tá a lè kéré ẹ̀. A lè gbin ẹ̀fọ́ kálá fẹ́ ká kòkó. She may get away with it now, but karma is ahead of her. And for Iya Wunmi, Iya Mohbad, I may not blame her much. Poverty, there's nothing poverty cannot drive one to.
Poverty is a basket.
That is it. It's the poverty in her life that is driving her to do what she's doing. She may not realize it now. Ó ń sọ pé tọ́ba sọ ta ló ń pa bí òun ṣe wọ kó o kú síbẹ̀ wípé ọmọbìnrin tẹ pa ìyẹn kúkú pa èmi náà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ó ní ẹ ti pa ọmọ mi ẹ kúkú pa èmi náà.
And if she's not crying for justice, ọ̀rọ̀ yà yìí lójú tì.
Ẹ fẹ́ kọ́ pa eléyìí náà. Who are the And even if they're giving you money, it's not showing on you. It's not showing. We see other artists who are making names now. We see how their mummies are doing. They're not looking well. It doesn't look as if you're feeling well.
If she's the one looking for justice, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí máa lójú tù ká lóun ya Mohbad ló ń sunkún. You know? Kóká ní ìyá Mohbad ló ń sunkún fọ́rọ̀ yẹn, ó máa lójú tù. Ká lóun ni from onset, from the beginning.
And she stands by it. If anything, caution to who? So bad dúró. Let her fall by your girl. Because yes, I'm prepared to die for this cause.
I need to know what why my is her son.
Huh? God help us.
Thank you, sis. So we pick the last caller and we stop for the night. Nigerian police have not done well on this case at all. They messed everything up. The law, nobody should be superior to the law. The law is supposed to be the law. But the law did not go as it should. Go ahead, my sister. Oh, brother, I don't know who's calling.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma. Yes, ma. I just have, during the interview, I think there was a portion that she made mention to Mr. CD or shoot something.
Okay.
That she had a record that she recorded the father-in-law where he was saying something that he wants to put the narrative of Mohbad's death on her. But the funniest thing is, Jude did not even ask that. Okay, what about the recording? Because if they are bringing something sensitive of a murder case on you, you should be able to do everything possible
to clear your name,
to wipe yourself clean. That I don't have, even if they will give the public the whole scenario. And the reason why she's not actually looking for the justice is because she already knows the cause of death of the husband. Either she's directly involved or indirectly involved, she knows the cause of the fight of the husband. So all these interview things is already being staged, which Jude himself, they would have given it answer, okay, just do this interview for us, just hear her out. If not, properly based on his previous interviews with other guests, he usually go into details, ask necessary questions. But I think this one was just intentional. Because he didn't even ask about the recording, which she herself, she made mention about that. Nothing was said. So all these things, just I feel like maybe she's trying to apply for asylum or seek out to leave the country or get herself out of the country.
But the case is still on. She can't go. The case is still on. She can't travel. The case is still on. The case is closed. Until the case is closed, she can't travel.
Yeah, but I think she's still going to have that recording or that public interview that, you see, in terms of in support of our application, even if everything goes around. Then second, another point is I want to give out is that when she said that, my father-in-law been asking me about the DNA because people do not believe me, they believe him. So why don't you go to that extreme length, do the DNA? But you don't want to do the DNA at all. So I feel like she may not be involved in the death. However, the DNA, she herself should know that Mohbad may not be the father of the son, of the child. So they intentionally use her to be a victim or a bait that, see, if you talk, if you expose who killed your husband, the property, everything is gone because Mohbad is not the owner of the son. So she has no choice than to keep quiet so that she won't lose on both ends. So she knows what she's doing. She's just coming here to play all these pranks, looking a victim role interview, which I don't feel like it will work. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
ST, I think I answered you earlier. When something like this happens, people around are the first suspects. And honestly, I don't blame all the parties involved. I blame Nigerian police for not doing their job the right way. So that's going to be the last caller for the night. Hopefully, with the way the social media has stood up in this case. Mumbo, in your consent voice note, see me. With the way the social media has stood up in this case, at least if there is going to be another kind of Mohbad issue, whoever wants to do it, will be very careful. Because I'm sure the people involved never expected the case to drag up to this point. This is almost 2 years. By October or so, September 12, it will be 2 years. And people are still asking, what killed Mohbad? Justice for Mohbad. Are we going to get justice? Time will tell. Is justice possible? Time will tell. Is justice, the true justice, going to be done? Maybe, not sure. But let's just keep watching. I personally, I am not so keen about the case like that, because the people that I expected to fight for the case, to be at the forefront of the justice, are actually fighting each other, which means there is a lot in that case. That means there is so much that we, the outsider, don't know that the people involved, the people close to Mohbad, the people that should fight for Mohbad, they know. And that's why I believe they are fighting each other. But it's just a lesson for us to learn, to see what is going on, and to see how things are being done. And it's a big shame on why your own husband will die and you don't know anything about it. It's a big shame on the kind of government we have. This case is not supposed to be people like us screaming justice, justice, or talking. The government are supposed to do their job, the police, their investigation. For them leaving the venue open to people to just move around says a lot. Messed up that case from the onset. When a case like that happens where there's controversy, they are supposed to seal up the place pending investigation, but the place was left open. So what justice are we looking for? From who? From the same people that came with Mohbad bled profusely and a nurse was called. Mohbad fought with somebody. The same police that was giving us story is the one that we will believe, we will trust for justice. Anyway, we are watching, we are looking. It's so unfortunate that a young soul just went like that, a promising young soul. People like us that are talking, we are not talking based on whether we are women. Arun was sorry, me, it's almost 3 hours already, not today. People like us are just looking and watching and learning from things like this. Because I feel if there's anybody that should shed more light on this case, hate me for it, I don't care. I don't know Wunmi, and this is not about winchunting Wunmi or calling her names. She's supposed to be the one to shed light on what happened to her husband than anybody. To give clue, to help the police, than every other person that is there. She's the one that is supposed to say, this is what happened, the last minute, this and that, these are the people that are there. Then the police will sweep into action. But of course, the police that has come with story, even before the owner of husband talk, it's a big lesson. Kóníkálùkù tọ́jú ọmọ ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run má ṣe wá ní ìyà òfò. Ọlọ́run má ṣe wá ní ìyà òṣì. Ọlọ́run má ṣe wá ní ìyà tó jẹ́ wípé a sọ nǹkan gidi nù kó tó mọ̀ pé òun sọ nǹkan gidi nù. Mohbad's case is something I don't like talking about because I don't like mothers who don't do the needful on children. Mi ò lè stand wọn, She messed up big time on that boy to the extent that the boy sang about her. 10 years I no see mommy. 10 years I no see mama mi o. She even repeated it in one of the songs. 10 years I no see mama mi o. They said it was money. Father gather money, make I go poly. And for those that are saying, is the father due for the property? Until they know what by Mohbad, the father cannot fold hand and be looking on that property or whatever they are fighting for. They need to establish the facts on what by the boy before anybody, including the father, anyone should have access to whatever that guy has. That is how it is done in a normal society. You don't just have access to what somebody left when they have not established what by the person. No, it is not done. They have to know what by the person, establish that the money is sweat is going to the right place. At the end of the day, it might go to Liam if the wife is cleared. At the end of the day, it might not go to her if they find her culpable in the case. That is how it is done, sentiment apart. A woman died when? A man died last week in South Africa, a policeman. They were burying him. They didn't arrest the wife. They didn't know the wife was involved. They were burying the man. It was on the day of the burial. They arrested the wife. They found out the wife was even the one that sent Aya Killer to go and buy the man. I am not saying she was the one involved, but this case is actually a huge case. It's a serious case. And let us just put ourselves in the shoes of Baba Mohbad, Mama Mohbad. Let's assume Mama Mohbad did the right thing. Even Ìyàwó Mohbad, She might even be a case of somebody that is scared, know why the husband, but she's scared to speak out too. You know, probably if she speak out, something will happen. She self is hiding under people, say, hey, this one passed me. I'm not saying she's involved, I'm not saying she's not involved, but definitely this case is beyond every one of us, and it shows that a lot is happening in that country. And on this note, I will see you guys again. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for staying all through. You are all appreciated. Thank you for the callers. Thank you for all your contribution, and thank you so much. So have a good night. Any wonderful evening.